What's up, you guys? This is Behind the Scenes. I'm here with...
Gabriel.
What? What is her name?
It's Gabrielle Christine.
Okay, so she said something earlier in the video that I want to touch on. So you said something very earlier. You said you had a guy, or you was messing with a guy or whatever, and he would not mess with you or get like really physical with you, touchy with you, because you have this celibacy thing that you're going through. Going through, obviously. So you just haven't met the right dude. So the celibacy thing that you're going through, that he doesn't want to get too physical because he knows and respects your boundaries. So he doesn't want to get too physical. What you explain that to me really quickly again, because I definitely want to have this conversation. You said that that was a problem. Why?
It was a problem for me because this was somebody that traveled. He's an entrepreneur and traveled often. So when I got to see him, I would be really excited.
Okay.
And I mean, he would be sweet towards me, but when I would want to like do a couple things and like lay on top of him or whatever, like I noticed his energy get a little stiff, and I'd be like, okay. And then he would like find something to do on his phone, which his work did take a lot from him. But sometimes it felt like he was doing it to avoid being like near me and like whatever. So I that pissed me off and turned me off, and like obviously then we start arguing because it's like, what the fuck is your problem?
I don't know why, but the analogy that came to my mind was, imagine a lion in a cage. And the lion is nice. The lion is cool while it's in a cage. You can pet the lion on the paws. He's cool. Like, everything is fine. You can throw him meat. You can throw him blah, blah, blah. But you open that gate up and he comes out. He's a different person now. It's a lion now. It's not
So is the dick the lion?
The dick is not the lion. His switch to being sexual and physical and stuff is the lion. But that comes with everything. It's like a ball that comes with everything. So it's like, why would I want to turn this part on or unlock this part of the gate when I still can't get out the gate? That's the overall thing. Because I 100% would agree that you want to be very cautious, because now you are getting fulfilled about your needs and your wants, but I am not, because now you kind of like teasing me in a sense.
Well, why aren't your needs and wants more than physical? Like me, yes, I'm on you physically, but it's really just the closeness. Like, I haven't freaking seen you in so long. So like, yeah, I want to feel your physical body, like whatever. So it felt like it was like all or nothing, almost like I was being
it's bullied. All or nothing. It's a light switch that don't have a dim on it. It's a light switch with no dim. That's what I'm trying to explain.
And that's not fair to girls that are
life,
like...
First of all, life's not fair. Just like Mr. Kevin Samuels always says. My arch rival. That's number one. But again, think about it in his perspective. You are getting all your needs if he was to do that. But he would be getting none of his needs, as well as it would be a detriment to him, because now he's like kind of horny, or now he's like kind of... It's like, to me, it's like going to a strip club. That's why I've never been to it. Oh, I'm not even sure. I think I've been there once, but that's why I would never go to a strip club. It's like going to a strip club and you throwing money or seeing bitches shake their ass and you horny, or you want to do something now, and now you can't. You just got to go home and beat your dick off, or you got to, you know what I mean? That's the analogy I would give you.
But if I'm being celibate and you're respecting it, and I make you horny or whatever, like, all right, go beat your dick off. I'll even want you to beat your dick off. I'll even pose for you, whatever.
No, because we don't want that. We want women. What do you mean? That's the whole point.
I just don't think that that's fair for those of us that choose, like, even virgins, the ones that want to be a virgin until they're married or whatever. Like, those of us that are choosing to keep our body count down. Gotcha. And because then I can't get to... The reason why I wasn't willing to give that to him is because we went back and forth for like 3 years of waiting for it to become like serious. But
Gotcha.
because he was so focused on work,
as you should be,
he wasn't able to like, you know, give me what I wanted. So it's like, I'm going to open myself up to somebody like that, which obviously makes women more emotional, more attached.
Yes.
And then you go off and go conquer the world for however long, and I'm just left to twiddle my thumbs. That's not really fair.
But what you just explained is not fair to him as well. You just literally explained.
Can we stay on my side for once for just 5 minutes, and then we can talk about him?
Okay. Okay. Let's go down this road for a second. Go ahead.
I need you to explain to me why that is fair.
It's not fair, but also it's not fair on both sides. That's what.
But if you want me, which it was clear that he did, but like whenever I missed him or whatever, like it became an issue. Like I'm like, why aren't you like hugging me? Why aren't you giving me a kiss? Why aren't you da 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 da? And he's like,
okay. I'm gonna try another analogy. Would you rather go to sleep for 10 minutes or go to sleep and actually go to sleep? I'm just trying to get my analogy game stronger. This is behind the scenes.
But if you care about a girl and this is somebody that maybe you haven't fully decided on, of like, you know, the whole big shebang thing or whatever, but like you are in a relationship with her, why wouldn't you want to appease her a little bit? Like, you're just appeasing me by allowing me to be around you.
Yes. What do you mean?
In a relationship, that to me, that's just a friendship. Then let's just be friends then. If you can't give me any type of physical thing because it just makes you whatever, then that's not fair, and we should just be friends. Like, that's freaking crazy.
Okay. But again, now let's switch over back to his side. Now that we talked about your side for 5 minutes, like you asked, now it's time for you to get this work. All right, so when you switch back over to his side, it's the same thing that you just explained. Maybe, okay, let me ask this before I even go any further. Who decided to be in a relationship, or who is the person to make this a title? Or is this an assumed title?
I mean, it was like, hold on.
Okay.
Before there was like, okay, will you go out with me? Circle yes or no. It was like we were kicking it, and then I went out to go do something, and he like called me, and he's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Da da da da," and he's like, "What the fuck are you doing there?" And I'm like, "Are you my man?" He's like, "Yeah, you my bitch," and I'm like, "Oh, okay." And then that's when it became a "you're mine, I'm yours" type of thing. But
pause. Just because he said you're mine doesn't mean that he's yours. Which is true. Gotcha.
But we had that conversation, and which I didn't really believe, because I just feel like men that travel a lot, like, you definitely have hoes in different area codes. Like, that's just
100%. And here's another thing: a lot of times men get into relationships because they want to lock down a person. They want to lock down a female.
They don't want me to be
out there in the streets. Yes, right. Exactly. Yes.
But you can't give me a hug and a kiss when you see me. What in the fuck?
Oh, it's that serious. I'm thinking more like you explained something more like I'm touching on him, he's my legs on him, etc. That to me is kind of more sexual. Now you talking about hug and kiss? Yeah, that's kind of weird.
I mean, obviously when he would greet me, he would give me a hug and a kiss or whatever.
Yeah, I'm about to say, you just exaggerating. Okay.
But when we're out, you know, even hanging out in the house, it's like, I want to be close by you because I haven't seen you in a long time, and you are trying your best not to pay attention to me.
Okay. Here's two things. One thing I would want to say is take a step back and really read the room. Maybe even record the situation. Record it. Ask a friend, what is the body language that you see in this situation? Because you could be looking at it through a lens of an emotional person. You could be looking at a lens of something that you put is like a potential thing, but it's actually not a real thing. That makes sense.
I do think that he was not a super emotional person. And just based on his personality, he's more vulnerable with people that had been in his life for, you know, decades.
Okay.
And we had only met each other in like the last 5 years, and then started talking like 2 years into that.
Okay.
So
let's make this a generalized thing so we can get some perspective and some learning experiences from this situation right now. So for you, and what would you actually want from a person that you are quote unquote dating while you are celibate? Please explain.
I want hugs and kisses, but I understand that the kisses can't get too crazy. Yeah, like I'm cool with like just snuggling behind you or whatever. I would expect for you to like rub on me the same way I'm rubbing on you. It is debatable.
I'm asking you personally. Asking you personally. So someone that you're kicking it with, I don't know, you can think of someone in your head, or you already have someone in your head.
I would want them to tell me. Like,
why?
I would want them to be like, okay, even though me and you are doing this, I'm respecting the fact that you're celibate.
Yep.
I still want to be able to fuck.
I still meet my needs, yes.
Right? I would be like, okay, well, would you tell me who she is? Would you show me what she looks like?
Why?
I would never show my ass. I'm never going to like make somebody.
That's crazy to me already. I would never do that. But go ahead.
Why?
Explain why. No, never.
If we are doing something.
No. I would never tell you who she is. I would just tell you. I could tell you about her, but I would never be like, "Oh, it's that bitch." Let me show you. Because now you have access to her. What do you mean? Well, that's crazy.
If I am supposed to be number one.
Okay.
Then I should know who people are.
But you're not number one. You're not number one until you are literally living in my house. You're not number one until we having sex. You're not number one until your body is mine and my body is yours type shit. It's not. You will never be number one until you pass that threshold. I'm telling you from a man's perspective, 100%. 100%. So until you pass that threshold, then you can talk about number one and blah 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 blah. But until then, keep it real. You're definitely not number one.
I can see that. But based off of my experience, and maybe it does go back to like just trying to make sure that I'm not messing with anybody. But to me, that's when it becomes mind games.
Yes,
and
I would agree.
You're conniving.
Yes.
You know, and that's, I don't like that type of stuff. I'd rather you just be like, listen, I respect the fact that you don't want to do that. We can take this really, really slow. You know, I'm gonna be out here doing my thing.
Got you.
When you are done doing your celibacy thing, I would respect that. But even still, what's gonna make me come back to you after you've denied me just because I'm celibate?
What's gonna make me come back to you after
what's
you
gonna
deny
make me, the woman,
got you,
right? Come back to you after you've basically told me, oh, if you're not going to share your vagina, then I don't want any parts of you. Like, what in
What do you mean?
fuck?
My personality, my resources, my status, my money, my et cetera, that's what's going to come back to you. What do you mean? I'm confused by the question.
If I'm a girl that doesn't care about that, and I am genuinely wanting to be with you because I like who you are, but then you are unable to really see me, appreciate me, cherish me, even though I'm not giving you that vagina piece. And you kind of just like...
Gotcha. Okay.
What is going to make me come back to that? Because I'm not going to come back to it.
Why wouldn't you?
Because I feel like you view me not at the value that I should be viewed.
Okay. And why do you feel like that? So when you say value that I shouldn't be viewed, what in terms value you? What makes you valuable to you personally?
I'm an extremely creative person.
Okay.
I also can wear many different hats. I can be your freaking interior design. I can be your personal assistant.
The first
I can
one we didn't care
also
about.
be
This one is
your...
100% fire.
What?
The first one we don't care about. We don't care if you're creative. The second part, when you say we can be multiple hats.
Creativity flows in different ways.
Okay,
so that's
gotcha.
what I mean. Like,
okay.
I can turn a house into a home.
See, now we're talking. Okay.
I can be your personal assistant. I can
Okay.
also be, you know, your spiritual guide, or like just someone that is looking out for you on the other side.
Okay. Question. Quick question. Have you showed that?
Yeah.
You can definitely say without a doubt that he knows that you have those values that you just explained.
Yeah.
Okay. Then cool. Then continue. Go ahead.
Other than great sex,
He wouldn't know because obviously
he's
you
had it though, and I took it away.
Now, we need context. We need context. That changes a lot of shit. Hold on now. Oh, see, context matters. Context matters.
He had it. He was
I was
enjoying the
on your
freak out of
side.
it.
I was on your side. Now let me recalibrate. I'm a robot right now. Let's recalibrate. Okay, so you was having sexual activities with this person.
Yes.
Okay, you took it away from this person.
I did. Because my needs weren't being met.
Sexually.
No.
Or relationship.
Emotionally, yes.
Emotionally. And he's just mad as fuck. What you mean? As he should be. I'd be mad as fuck too. I would have got rid of your ass. What do you mean? Now we talking. Yeah.
What?
He acknowledges that you are still a dope person and he's whatever. I don't know what the fuck his mindset, but I can tell you if he's still trying to hang out with you, oh yeah, he cares, at least to some extent. Cause I would have just replaced you. I'm telling you straight up right now. To remove the sexual from somebody who was getting it, it's like fucking giving your kid allowance and your kid was still doing whatever, and then you taking that shit away. You like, what the fuck?
You take the allowance away because your kid starts fucking up.
Got you, but you still gonna be bitter as fuck. You gonna be mad as shit. You gonna be fucking heated. Wow.
It was definitely that. But then that's why I appreciate. That's how I knew that he like cared about me and like did want
something.
Yeah, he wanted us to figure it out, but I think just with his workload, what
Dr.
I wanted, we just couldn't get on the same page. But I thought it was fucked up that like he couldn't like be how he was in the beginning now that sex is not on the table.
Because he mad and bitter, as he should be. What you mean? Because yes, But
I think that that's a lack of maturity.
You think that's no? I actually think it's an understanding and awareness of who you are as a person, and understanding that you don't want to go to that level because you're trying to respect your wishes or whatever, your phase, and you putting yourself and making sure that you don't get to that line or that unleash that cage in a sense to be like, I just want to fuck this bitch and just grab her type shit because I haven't had it in so long. It's kind of like a fucking even though I've never done drugs, so I'm a attempt to make this analogy. It's kind of like you was on drugs and then you fucking stopped doing drugs, but you want that hit again, and now you like, I'm good. I don't even want to go to the bar no more. I don't even want to go, do the drugs or even get close to alcohol or drugs or even none of that shit. I want to stay over here. I can
see that.
That's what's happening right now. Yes, 100%. I don't know about a relationship part because we're not here for that. We're here for the generalization for us to learn from your perspective and past mistakes and etc.
Mistakes, yes.
And shit like that. Yeah.
So you're saying that you either have to start the relationship without sex on the table.
I'm not. No. Let me be very clear. I'm not saying anything because a lot of things could be worked out. A lot of things could be not worked out. A lot of mistakes can be happening and it still work out. A lot of things could go 100% right and it don't work out. I'm not saying anything.
Yes.
I'm just saying that you have action and there are reactions. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying you have an action that you did, and then there will be reactions to your actions, and then there will be reactions to his reactions.
Right.
So it's just going to go down a line. So to fix all of that, it comes a point in time where you have to have a sit down conversation. Where the fuck we want to go from here? What the fuck are you looking for? Which is back to the video that we did earlier. The practical things that you're looking for. Are you looking for this for love? Are you looking for this for fun? Are you looking for this to actually establish a relationship? Are you trying to have a kid really, really quickly? What are your goals? What are his goals? How do we align with each other? Oh, we don't? All right, let's move on. Let's go our separate ways. Oh, we do? Let's try to work it out and figure it out. Yes.
Yes, I think because when I get fixated on something, like that's what I want, and I'm not gonna back down until like it's literally like, no, you can't have it. Okay. So I think that's why he and I went back and forth for so long. Because normally, it's like this is way too much work. Yeah. But I really liked him. So
not good. She said liked. She didn't say like. That's a salsa sign. I've seen that in a lot of what?
Liked instead of like.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's fucking past tense now. What the?
Oh, I thought this was recent. Like this is still happening.
No.
Got you.
The demise of that.
All right, we don't want to get too personal. So let's get back on track.
A couple months ago. It's like 6 months ago.
All right, so let's get back on track. So to learn from these things, you are saying that your needs wasn't being met when you was in the relationship, so you took away the sexual part of the relationship.
Yes.
Okay, got you. That's fucking wild. That's crazy. But okay, I understand.
I think when we're talking about speaking a man's language, it's like, okay, you're not hearing me with me saying, okay, I want this, I want that. I understand you have a workload, but you got to do a little bit better on this and da 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 da.
Okay.
And I keep saying it, so now I'm nagging. So it's like, all right, cool. No, we're not having sex.
Okay, got you. But again, that action now had a reaction. If you're not getting it from you, he got to look somewhere else. He got to go somewhere else. He got to do other things. So now I don't know. The whole situation just sounds fucking wild to me. I'm going to keep it a buck. It's a lot of things that you could have just communicated much better. So instead of a celibacy phase, it could have been a celibacy night. And then see how he acts for a little bit, for a week, for 2 weeks, etc. And then see, did he adjust? Did he fucking change as a person? Or he's still the same person? Okay, then we need to actually go our separate ways, kind of thing. Because at that point, it shouldn't even. It seems like you're trying to make shit work that shouldn't have been trying to work. That's what ultimately.
Yeah, I mean,
seems
that's
like.
I think what I learned from it was me just wanting to have what I have. Like I'm a little spoiled in that aspect. So not getting something was new to me.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I think I just wasn't willing to accept it.
Got you. Okay. So the fellas that are listening, if your woman does this, fuck somebody else. No, I'm playing. But so the takeaways from this is what?
I think that men just need to communicate a little bit better. Like if you hear me asking for something and you keep like trying to appease me in different ways, don't do that. If you don't want to do something, just say, hey, like that's not where I'm at. I can't give that to you. If that's something that you really need right now, then you should go date somebody else.
Okay, but here's the thing: you don't know till you know. You don't 100% know you can't give that to someone until you actually know that you can't give that to someone. And even if you was to say that, well, let's say the next day you something changed in your mind to where you could give that. Now you just told a lie and you just fucked up a whole relationship because now you didn't understand your own self. So you can't necessarily say
so
that.
It's my fault that you don't know yourself enough?
No, I'm not saying it's your fault. Let's be very clear. I'm not saying it's your fault.
Yeah, but us women, we're supposed to like take the fact that you guys don't know yourself that well.
No. So again, like I said earlier, I would have just ended it. It wouldn't have been this debacle of going back and forth. It would have just been, okay, you can't give me what I want. I gave him a try. No, it's not about no sex. It's just no relationship no more. It's nothing no more, if that makes sense. It's just, okay, move on. And then if that person comes back, hey, I made changes. I understood what you was talking about as a female, as a woman, I should say, that you wanted this and I couldn't give you that. Now I can, or I understand now, blah, blah, blah. I want to try things again. Okay, now let's try things again. Okay, does it work now? Blah, blah, blah. It does. Okay, let's continue. If it don't, end it again and go somewhere else.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm admitting the fact that I was being a spoiled brat and wasn't willing to take a loss. I am a sore loser.
Got you.
So, yeah.
Okay.
That was...
All right. So the takeaways is... You're a sore loser. No, so the takeaways is, for the guys that are listening, just be more self-aware if you can. Be more...
Please.
Listen more and... understand your needs as a man and understand her needs and try to meet somewhere in the middle, or on one side on certain things and your side on the other things. I don't know. figure it out. But if you enjoyed this video, make sure you, well, this is on Patreon, so you can't really like and share. But where can they find you?
Sweetest things I never said.
All right. If you enjoyed this video, follow me. Keep following me. And I'm out. Peace.
Dang.